If you're looking for a job at the moment, or maybe you've got a job and you're looking for that perfect new role, then this one's for you. I've put together some hints and tips to make sure you submit the perfect written application and secure the all-important interview. Job hunting can be a lonely business, especially if you've been used to the regular routine of office life and work life, and now you haven't got that. Over the years, I couldn't count it up, but I've probably interviewed maybe over 100 people for different jobs, maybe more than that. And so I've got a lot of experience of being on the other side of the table as an interviewer and as a recruiter. My name's Lucy, by the way. I work as a consultant and coach supporting leaders and teams in non-profits. One of the things that's really important when you're job hunting is to spend time reflecting on yourself and what you really, really want, because that will put you in a good frame of mind for focusing on the jobs that are really right for you, rather than being a bit scattergun. And so I think it's important to go through your skills and your achievements with those skills. So be really honest with yourself. What are the things that you're really good at? What are the things that you've learned in your different roles? And write them down. Be really deliberate about this, because this will all be very useful prep when you come to writing job applications and going for interviews. I think the other piece alongside the skills and experience is to think about your values and when you're happy. Think about times in your work life when you felt really, really fulfilled, really happy, really stretched. Were you learning new things? What was it about those experiences that made you happy? And was it times when you were working as part of a team? Were you with other people when you were doing whatever it was? Or were you working solo? Because I think thinking through what really fulfills you, what makes you happy, is a really useful guide. It's almost like a kind of compass to help you into your next role. Also, alongside that, think about your values. So for me, as I've said, I started my career in financial services marketing, but I soon navigated into the charity sector. To be honest, I wish I had done a self-reflection exercise with myself when I began my work life, because I might not have wasted, wasn't wasted, but I might not have spent so much time figuring out that next move into the charity sector. I might have come to my happy, the times I've been happiest, I might have come to those sooner. So I think that thinking through your values, like what really motivates you, what is going to make you want to get up in the morning when you get this new job, what will make you happiest. So I think those are really important reflections to have in your mind. And as I say, do write them down, because I think they'll be useful tools to reflect back on when you start to identify roles that you want to go for. Roll forward, you've identified that perfect job, and you're going to go for it. What are the most important things to do? Now, I always say that it can be a really competitive world out there. So what you want to be doing is making sure that your application gives as little possible opportunity for the recruiter to put you on the no pile. So if you're a recruiter and you've got applications that are coming in, you'll be doing a sift of those applications. Sometimes I've been recruiting for jobs, and I kid you not, I've had maybe 100 applications to go through, and this would have been pre-AI tools, and so this would have been a pretty manual process. And so you're looking through these applications and you're trying to work out who the people you want to shortlist to interview. And you maybe only want to interview 6 people, realistically. How do you make sure that your application has got as good a chance as any of being on the yes pile? The first thing is to be really careful about reading through what they actually want you to do. Don't send in your CV if they've asked for an application form, or vice versa. Just follow the instructions, because that, not following the instructions is the quickest way possible of your application being put to one side, and I don't want that for you. Follow the instructions. Usually they may well ask for a CV or a resume and a cover letter. So let's talk about each of these. So with the CV, this is fairly standard format: your name, your experience at work, your qualifications and your education, and any other information that you want to put. And I'm not going to go into detail about what the contents of a CV should be. I can do, maybe that's for another interview. But basically the point I wanted to make here is that you should tailor make your CV per job. Now, I don't mean start from a blank sheet of paper. Obviously have the bones of it there, like the dates that you did those jobs and so on, but make sure that you bring out any particular areas of experience that will be most relevant for the job that you're going for, and just go through it carefully to make sure it's as relevant as it can be. And I think an important thing to bear in mind is to use language like the recruiter is using. So try to reflect back the kinds of turns of phrase or the words that they've used, so that those will kind of resonate for them more. I think that's quite a good trick to use. And the same really goes for your cover letter. So I think a really important thing in your cover letter is to show your motivation and your passion for this job, for this employer. Why? This is your opportunity to sort of explain why. Your CV is the bones of your experience, but the cover letter sort of brings it to life. So firstly, your kind of motivation for applying for this job, and this is where that exercise of self-reflection will really help you. And then the second piece is to draw out some of the specific experiences that you've had that they're looking for according to the job description. So there you might just tell the story a little more about what the situation was, and what the action was that you took, and what happened. So and try to make it engaging, and try to make it like a narrative. And I think for both of these documents, if you can possibly keep them to two sides, that's a really important trick. I think if you're in your later life like me, I would find it quite hard to keep my CV to just two sides, and actually list out all the job experiences I've had. So I think you can get away with three sides, but only if you're old, and then, or maybe you've done lots and lots of things when you're young, which is brilliant. And with the cover letter, I think two sides is plenty. So as I say, in the cover letter, try to go through the person spec or the job description and look at the key things that they're looking for, and then draw those out in your cover letter and illustrate where you've got good experiences of those things, and tell a story of your experience. So that both of those documents are tailor-made for that job, for that employer, and pepper it with real sort of engaging language, like, I am really excited to be considered for this role at this company at this time. You will see from my CV and my cover letter my skills and experience that I hope you will think me worthy of interview. Just kind of try and be conversational and real, but obviously be professional. And finally, with your written application, and I cannot emphasize this enough, proofread it. Please proofread it. Get somebody else to proofread it. Read it backwards so you don't skip forward and miss the blinding spelling mistake that's in the middle of it. Use a spell checker. You will be surprised how many people will apply for jobs where attention to detail is listed in the attributes to the role, and they've got glaring spelling mistakes everywhere. So please give the best of yourself. This is your opportunity to get the job of your dreams. I hope you enjoyed watching my video. If you did get something out of it, please give it a like. And if you want to hear more from me, don't hesitate to subscribe as well. My next video is going to be all about how to smash it at interview and secure that job offer of your dreams. All the best of luck. Bye.